Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, I love you. So we are in a beautiful discussion of Srimad Bhagavata Katha. So Parikshit is waiting for an answer. What should a man who is destined to die, dying man, should do? Is the question. So Parikshit has asked this question on behalf of all of us. Parikshit is a pure devotee of Sri Krishna. For him, this is not something new, but he has asked on behalf of all of us. So, first of all, Shukadev Goswami said, you have asked a question which is very, very important. Your question is very good for the entire world. You ask such a question which is very useful for the entire world. Prabhupada says in one place, in this world, everybody is asking questions and everywhere question and answer is going on. Morning when you get up, some birds are asking where is food, some birds are calling here is food. Birds are asking question and answer. Frogs are doing question and answer. Dogs are doing question and answer. Human beings in every home, everywhere, question and answer. Morning, what happened today? The answer is there in newspaper. The newspaper is answering all the curiosity of the people. Somebody is watching the mobile phone. Somebody is watching the TV, having a question in their mind. What happened today in the cricket match? What happened today in the politics? What happened today in the world war? So they want to hear. So question and answer, question and answer. The whole world, Prabhupada says in one place, everywhere question and answer. But unfortunately, in the material world, most of the questions and answers are not very beneficial. Here in Srimad Bhagavatam, this question and answer, which Parikshit is asking a question and Shukadev Goswami is answering, is the most important question and answer which can relieve the burden of the material world. Very powerful question and answer. So first of all, the Shukadev Goswami is appreciating Parikshit. You asked a wonderful question. He did not ask anything for what should I do? Who will rule my kingdom? How can I ensure the property which I acquired through my ancestors coming from Pandavas? How can I safeguard that? Which son I will give my property? Which son I will not give my property? What will happen to my wealth? How can I pacify my deep loved relatives and friends when I am departing from this world? All this could be a question and answer which everybody asks. But Parikshit is asking an important question. Fasting on the bank of Ganga is asking a question. What is the duty of a dying man? Everybody is a dying man in this world. I am 45 years old, means I am 45 years I am died. I am 35 years, means 35 years I am died. Everybody is a dying man. What is the duty of everybody? So Shukadev Goswami was very pleased to receive this question from Parikshit. First he said what one should not do. Why one should not be attached to the material things in this world and get stuck to the material world. That one should not do. Then he said, it is important. What is the importance of remembering Krishna? Developing intense love for Krishna, Raganuga Bhakti, a spontaneous love for Krishna. Develop taste for Krishna's holy name. Develop taste for Krishna's Leelas by hearing and hearing. Now I don't have taste for Krishna's Leela. I have taste for all gossips of this world. What happened to my neighbor? What happened to my relative? What happened to my friends? There's gossips. I'm very, very keen, very interested. That gives me a lot of enthusiasm to know about it. What people are doing, how a successful man failed, how a failed man became successful. Like this, we are interested and curious. But in our heart, there is no love to hear about Krishna. See, there is so many people in this world. How many people come forward to hearing about Krishna? Because there is no attraction for that. So for that, one has to start hearing about the Lord as a medicine and start hearing the glories of the Lord. Associate with the devotees. Only the Lord's glories will satisfy the self. So like this, Shukadeva Goswami says, then Shukadeva Goswami explains to Parikshit, it is not important how long you live. That is not important, that how long you're going to live. What is important is how you live, how you are living. That is more important than how long you are living. So Shukadev, last class we discussed the story of Katvanga Maharaja. The Katvanga Maharaja, when he came to know he's going to live only for a few moments, he immediately came down to the earthly planet and engaged himself in the meditating on the Lord. So, the Shukadeva Goswami told Parikshit Maharaj, it is not the quantity of life, it is the quality of life which is more important. Having said this, now the next revelation of Shukadeva Goswami in the second canto, first chapter of Bhagavatam is that how to meditate upon the Lord. So, Ashtanga Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga is also explained in the Bhagavad Gita very briefly. Today, some more explanation about Ashtanga Yoga we are going to hear. What is Ashtanga Yoga? So, how to meditate on the Lord. The Ashtanga Yoga is Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. These are the 8 angas of yoga called Ashta Anga Yoga. Now, very beautifully, Shukadeva Goswami will explain all these Ashta Angas of Ashtanga Yoga and meditate upon the Virat Rupa of the Lord. How the Lord is gigantic universal form of the Lord. With this, he will help. This is especially for yogis and for those who meditate on the Virat Rupa of the Lord. And finally, in the next chapter, Shukadeva Goswami will explain about the easiest process of devotional service. However, today we'll understand about Ashtanga Yoga and remembering the Lord, meditating on the Lord in the Ashtanga Yoga. With this brief introduction, I will start today's session. I'll share my screen for all of you to follow. Hope all of you are seeing my screen. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Namo
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam namaskritya
Narayana Namaskritya.
naram chaiva narottamam
Naram
Naram
Deva
Devi
Narottamam.
devim saraswatim vyasam
Devi
Devim
Saraswati
Saraswati
Vyasam
Vyasam.
tato jayamudirayet
Jayam Diraye.
nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu
Nashtaprayeshu
Ashtaprayeshu
Abhadreshu.
Abhadreshu
nityam bhagavata sevaya
Nityam
Nityam
Bhagavata
Bhagavata
Sevaya.
Sevaya
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhagavati
Bhagavati
Uttama
Uttamaste
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki.
Bhakti
Bhaktir
Bhavati
Bhavati
Naistiki.
Naistiki.
So today's section we are starting with the 15th verse of the second canto, first chapter, which is displayed on the screen for you to follow. Please repeat after me. Antakale tu Purusha
Antakale tu Purusha.
Agate Gata Sadhvasaha
Agate Gata
Agate
Sadhvasaha.
Gatasatvasaha
Indyada Sangha Shastrena
Chindyada
Nada Sangasastena
Dehenu Ye Chatam.
Dehe Nuye
Chatam.
Chatam.
Please mute yourself. I will explain. All of you, please mute. At that stage of one's life, at the last stage of one's life, one should be bold enough not to be afraid of death. But one must cut off all attachment to the material body and everything pertaining to it and all desires thereof. Antakale tu Purusha agate gata sattvasaha. There should not be any fear at the time of death and should give up all that. So Srila Prabhupada writes, the foolishness of gross materialism is that people think of making permanent settlement in this world. Although it is a settled fact that one has to give up everything here that has been created by valuable human energy, great statesmen, scientists, philosophers, etc., who are foolish without any information of spirit soul, think that this life of a few years only is all in all, that there is nothing more after death. This poor fund of knowledge, even in the so called learned circles of the world, is killing the vitality of human energy. And the awful result is being keenly felt. So, we are seeing in this world how everybody is making grand arrangement for life. Even in their old age, they're making grand arrangement. They know that they cannot live there for long. They make a big house, which they themselves cannot go to all the places in the house they have built. They make a beautiful stairs, nice marbles, same stairs. He cannot climb. He need lift for going upstairs. So this temporary world is assumed as everything by the foolish people. And Prabhupada here explains that the foolish leaders make appeals to the body and the bodily relations. Bodily relations extended not only to this body, but also to the family members, wife, children, society, country, and so many other things which end at the end of life. After death, one forgets everything about the present bodily relationships. We have a little experience of this. We have a little experience of this at night when we go to sleep. While sleeping, we forget everything about this body and bodily relations. Every day we are seeing this experience. Although this forgetfulness is a temporary situation for only for few hours. Death is nothing but sleeping for a few months in order to develop another term of bodily engagement, which we are awarded by the law of nature according to our aspiration. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavan. That is why Prabhupada is saying the procedure is from the stage of brahmacharya and gradually progress to how one should lead his life. Brahmacharya then gradually goes to grihastha, vanaprastha, and sannyasa orders of life. The institution which gives such training is called Varnashrama Dharma or the system of Sanatana Dharma, the best procedure for making human life perfect. So Prabhupada is actually saying that one has to give up his all attachment as one ages. He writes here that when one becomes 50 years old, if not before, at least one becomes 50 years old, he should actually leave material connections and develop Krishna consciousness. That is called Vanaprastha Ashram. But what we see in this world today is contrary to that, isn't it? We see the people are making plans. 90 plus years old man goes for election campaign in Karnataka. His age is 92 years old. He's going for election campaign. So one has to give up the material engagement. In the 50 years, at least by 50 years, one has to give up his material activities, should take to Vanaprastha. Grihat pravrajito dhiraha punyatirtha jalaplutah shuchau vivikta asino vidhivat kalpitasane. One should leave home and practice self-control. In a sacred place, he should bathe regularly, sit down in a lonely place, duly sanctified. So one should get ready and leave everything. So it is said here that modern civilization is based on the family comforts. The highest standard of amenities, therefore, after retirement, everyone expects to live a very comfortable life in a well furnished home, decorated with the fine ladies and children, without any desire to get out of such comfortable home. High government officers and ministers stick to their price posts until the death. They neither dream nor desire to get out of the homely comfort. Bound by such hallucination, materialistic man prepare various plans for a still more comfortable life. So here Prabhupada says, Sanatana Dharma says that intelligent persons must go there at the end of life. For that matter, after 50 years of age, to live life of spiritual regeneration for the sake of being freed from the family attachment, which is considered to be the shackle of material life. Sometimes we have experience, sometimes some young boys who attend uh, many programs and classes of Krishna consciousness, they wanted to follow brahmacharya and they wanted to practice Krishna consciousness and they wanted to communicate that to their parents and they explain and parents are okay, fine. One fine day, one devotee's father called, come home. Our grandfather, my father is in deathbed. Doctor said he may leave any time. You must come and see him. So he wants to see you. The grandson, who is a brahmachari, he goes to the home And there his grandfather lying on the deathbed, he stretches his hand and asks to promise. Can you please promise me that before I leave this world, I want to see you getting married. He's going to die on the deathbed. He's asking promise to his grandson. My desire is that before I leave this body, I want to see you getting married. By seeing that, I want to die. Like this, many cases have happened. This is a direct example of how unless we train ourselves, even till the last breath, our attachment to family, children, grandchildren, property will not go away automatically. Those are very powerful attachments. Now, here it is explained in the previous verse. Okay. So, now Ashtanga Yoga system is explained. Okay. This is Ashtanga Yoga explanation. How does it start? One should leave home and practice self-control. It's called Yama. And out of Yama, Niyama, Asana. Then he should go to sacred place. He should bathe regularly. Yama and Niyama is here. Yama is that one should leave home, means should not be attached to any of the things. Then should practice self-control. That's Yama. Then Niyama is that one should go to the holy place and take bath there and stay there. Sit down in a lonely place duly sanctified. Yama, Niyama, Asana. Three things are covered in this verse. Let's see how this Bhagavatam further takes us to Ashtanga Yoga. Abhyasena manasa shuddham tivruddha brahmaksharam param manayachet jito shvaso brahma bijam avismaran. After sitting in the above manner, make the mind remember three transcendental letters by regulating the breathing process. Pranayama means regulating breathing process with Om. By chanting Om, one should regulate his inhale and exhale process. This way one controls the pranavayu. Then control the mind so not to forget transcendental C. Now the controlling mind, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara. Take off the mind from the material things. Detach the mind for the material things. That's called Pratyahara. Gradually, mind becomes progressively spiritualized. Withdraw it from the sense activities. By intelligence, senses will be controlled. The mind is too absorbed in the material activities, can be engaged in the service of the personality of Godhead, become fixed in the full transcendental consciousness. Pratyahara, after taking the mind out from the materialistic consciousness, what you should do? Pratyahara, then you should do dharana. Dharana means absorb yourself in the consciousness of Krishna, fixing consciousness on Lord. So transcendental consciousness. So 6 things are over. Yama means giving up material attachments and going to sacred place. Niyama, taking bath there and doing self-control. Yama, Niyama, then Asana, sitting in a secluded place, sitting straight in a proper asana. Then Pranayama, by chanting Om, controlling the breathing. Then Pratyahara, withdrawing the mind and intelligence from the material consciousness. Then Dharana, applying and absorbing mind on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now, how to absorb the mind in Ashtanga Yoga will be explained today. So, absorbing that, Pratyahara, Dharana, then let's see what happens. Now, Dharana, till here it is explained. Then, Tatrika vayam dhyayet avyuchannena chetasa mano nirvishayam yuktva tataha kinchana nasmaret. Thereafter, you should meditate upon the limbs of Vishnu, dhyana, dharana over, now dhyana. One after another without being deviated from the conceptions of the complete body. Thus, mind becomes free from all sense objects. There should be no other things to be thought upon because Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu is ultimate truth. The mind becomes completely reconciled in Him only. Samadhi. In Krishna consciousness, we all are devotees of the Lord. This process of Ashtanga Yoga, Arjun said in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna, it is not practical for me. I don't think I can practice this yoga. Mind is very difficult. You are saying mind should be withdrawn from the material things. Mind is very difficult to control. Mano durnigraham chalam. Then Krishna says, it is true, Arjuna. Mind is very difficult to control. But abhyasena cha kaunteya vairagyena cha drishyate. So in the Ashtanga Yoga chapter, Sankhya Yoga chapter, the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna expresses that he cannot practice this method of Ashtanga Yoga. Then what about you and me? In the Kali Yuga, in the midst of so many distractions, today we are sitting, isn't it? Very reason we are attending online session of Srimad Bhagavatam because we are too busy. We cannot stay in a spiritual place in our life. We don't have time for spiritual things in our life. We are helpless. We are made helpless by the modern civilization. It is not only our fault. This civilization has made it like that. You have to work so hard for food, which was available freely, which is already available freely for all the jungle animals. From the ant to elephant, everybody in the forest are getting their food. They are not going to big factories for working. They are not building cities, but they are getting their sumptuous food. No animal is dying in the jungle because of the scarcity of food. Everybody is getting their food. But human beings are struggling for food. We have to work so hard to maintain our little family and take care of the home. We are helpless. Arjun in the Dwaparayuga said difficult. Then what about us who are in the midst of this kind of civilization? That is why Prabhupada said, our process is chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Harer Nama, Harer Nameva Kevalam, Kalau Nastyeva Gatiratyata. When we read these verses in Srimad Bhagavatam, we should develop the deep appreciation for the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, which can uplift me to the state of Samadhi. State of Samadhi is the complete Krishna consciousness. There is no discrimination of male and female, up and low and higher caste and lower caste and whatever the nation and country and language, there is no limitation. Even child can practice and old man can practice. Everybody can achieve the Samadhi of Krishna consciousness. Now we understand what is Ashtanga Yoga. Sometimes when we meet some people, they say, Swamiji, now I am doing Hatha Yoga, I am doing Ashtanga Yoga, I am going to Himalayas. These are the processes they should do. Does their body support? Are they able to withdraw their mind? Are they able to do dharana? Are they able to do dhyana? So this is the eight levels Ashtanga Yoga, which is explained by Shukadeva Goswami. Having explained this, now Shukadeva Goswami further explains how to do this dhyana. This is specially for yogis, not for bhaktas. We all are bhaktas, the devotees. It is for yogis. One's mind always agitated by passionate mode of material nature, bewildered by ignorant mode of nature, But one can rectify such conceptions by relationship of Vishnu, thus become pacified by cleansing the dirty things created by them. How to purify our mind? Our mind can be purified when it is used in the service of the Lord, thinking of the Lord, Vishnu. So this is how one should always be thinking of the Lord. How to think of the Lord? Now he will tell you. Yasyam sandaryamānāyam yogino bhakti lakshanah ashu sampadhyate yoga ashrayam bhadramikshataha. O king, by this system of remembrance, by being fixed in the habit of seeing all good personal conception of the Lord, one can very soon attain devotional service to the Lord under his direct shelter. So one should be always able to see the personal conception of the Lord, personality of Godhead. It is easy to surrender to Krishna. Raja Uvacha. Then Parikshit asked a question. Parikshit is very, very alert and inquisitive when Shukadeva Goswami is speaking. He said, my dear sage, please describe in full detail how and where the mind has to be applied. How the conception can be fixed so that the dirty things in a person's mind can be removed. How to fix my mind? What should I do? Okay. Now, this is the question of Parikshit, and it's a question of all of us. Parikshit does not have anything in the mind, any dirty things in his mind, but he is asking question on our behalf. We all have written a chit and passed to Parikshit to ask, and he is asking this question to all of us. Shri Shuka, please repeat this sloka. Let us try. Unmute yourself. Shri Shuka Uvacha.
Shri Shuka
Shuka
Uvacha.
Vacha
Jitasano Jitashvaso.
Ashano Jita
Jitashvaso.
Swasho
Jitasango Jitendriya.
Jita
Sango
Sango Jitendriya.
Jitendriya
Sthule Bhagavato Rupe.
Sule
Sule
Bhagavato
Bhagavato
Rupe.
Rupe
Manasantharayet Dhiya.
Manasantharayedhya.
Manasantharayedhya
Shri Shuka Uvacha.
Shri Shuka
Shuka
Uvacha.
Vacha
Jitasano Jitashvaso.
Jitaso
Jita Jita
Jitashvaso.
Swasho
Jitasango Jitendriyaha.
Jita
Jita
Sango
Sango
Jitendriya.
Jitendriya
Gole Bhagavato Rupe.
Sule Bhagavato
Bhagavato
Rupe.
Rupe
Manasantharayet Dhiya.
Manasantharayedhya.
Manasantharayedhya
Mute yourself. Please mute. I will explain. So now where are we coming from? We are coming from Shukadeva Goswami is telling Parikshit, it is not important how long you live, it is important how you live, how you use your life properly, available lifespan. Whatever lifespan available, how do you use it? That is important. For that, first of all, one has to give up all material attachments, go to a sacred place, take regular bath there, sit there, do meditation on the Lord, withdraw your mind from the sense gratification, and apply your mind and absorb yourself in the thoughts of the Lord, then meditate on the Lord, and finally completely be in the consciousness of Supreme Personality of God. This is Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, Ashta Angas. Hearing this, Parikshit asked a question. How can I withdraw my mind from the dirty consciousness? Shukadeva Goswami is saying, Jitasano, Jitashvaso, Jitasango, Jitendriyaha, Sthule Bhagavato Rupe, Manasandharayedhya. Shukadeva Goswami answered, one should control the sitting posture. Regulate the breathing process by yogic pranayama. Thus, control the mind and senses with the intelligence. Apply the mind to the gross potencies of the Lord called Virat Rupa. Now you have to meditate on the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Rupa. Rupa means form. The form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead you have to meditate. This is the process. The form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We Vaishnavas meditate directly as described in the scriptures by Acharyas. Now, the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, yogis meditate, is called Virat Rupa. This is for our information, not for us to do. We have Venum Konantam Aravinda Dalayataksham. So we have the Lord holding the flute so beautifully, playing the flute, Tribhangi, bend in the three places, bewildering and attractive smile in his face, melodious sound coming from his flute, a dark cloud, Meghashyama, the Krishna, standing on the shore of Yamuna river, playing so soothingly on the night of the Sharad Purnima, on the time when the moon is bright and Krishna's body of a dark cloud reflecting those moonlight, Krishna's smile, Krishna's flute, Venum Konantam Aravinda Dhalayataksham. That Krishna, we have beautiful form of Krishna explained by Lord Brahma. We are coming from Brahma Sampradaya. We meditate on the Lord on this beautiful form of Krishna as described the bodily features of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Now, finally, you have to meditate on the Virat, the Rupa of the Lord. Here, Shukadeva Goswami first explains the Virat Rupa of the Lord. Later, he will take us through other important explanations. Beginning, the yogis have to meditate on the Virat Rupa of the Lord, which explains the greatness of the Lord. Every part in this universe, everything you open your eyes and see in this world, mountain, a tree, or a stone, or a road, or a building, whatever you see in your eyes and including your body is part of the Virat Rupa of the Lord. Krishna is a universal form. This universe itself is the body of the Lord. That's called Virat Rupa. Like the trees are the hairs on Lord's body. Like this, now the Virat Rupa of the Lord will be explained. Very interesting. We are going to see that now. What is actually now tomorrow when you go out, something you can see and remember the Lord. Everything is in the Lord's body. We ourselves is actually inside the Lord's Virat Rupa body. So Krishna is everything. Vishnu is everything. That consciousness the yogi should have. That is why the yogi has to meditate on the Virat Rupa of the form. He should not be thinking something else, some light, some impersonal, something. No, Virat Rupa, one has to meditate, having come to the state of Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana. What Dhyana he has to do? The Dhyana of the Lord. Okay, that is what it said. Controlling the sitting posture, regulating breathing cycle, all this Yama, Niyama, Asana. Finally, you have to Dhyana. You have to do Dhyana of the Virat Rupa of the Lord. Let us now see the Virat Rupa of the Lord. We'll be going fast. Visheshastasya dehoyam stavishtascha stavyasam yatredham vyajyate vishwam bhutam bhavyam bhavochasat. This gigantic manifestation of the phenomenal material world as a whole is the personal body of the absolute truth, wherein the universal resultant past, present, and future of the material time is experienced. This entire phenomenal world, which is under the control of Kala, is actually Lord's body. The gigantic universal form of the personality of God within the body is a universal shell which is covered by the sevenfold material elements, is the subject of Virat conception. So all the elements, ingredients of the material world. Now, the entire 14 planetary systems are explained. Patalam etasya hi padamulam patanti parshni prapadera satalam mahatalam vishwar suchota galpo talatalam vai purushasya janghe. Persons who have realized it have studied that planets known as Patala. Now I'm starting from the lowest planetary system. If you have notes, you can write the names. The lowest planet is called Patala Loka, constitute the bottom of the feet of the universal Lord. The sole of the Lord's feet is Patala Loka. And his heels and toes of the Virat Rupa is above Patala, is called Rasatala planet. Planets, not one planet. The ankles of the Virat Rupa Mahapurusha is Mahatala planet. And his shanks constitute Talatala planet. His calf muscles. Talatala planet. So we come from Patala, Rasatala, Mahatala, Talatala. The four planets up to calf muscles of the Virat Rupa of the Lord. Then the knees of the universal form are planetary systems named Sutala. The Sutala is the knees of the Lord. The two thighs, Vitala and Atala planetary systems. Hips, now up to down planetary systems are done. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Tala, Tala, Mahatala, Rasatala over. Now the hips of the Lord is called Mahitala. Mahitala means Bhumi, earth, where we are staying. Outer space is the depression in his navel. That is above Bhur Loka. This is navel of the Lord. The chest of the original personality of gigantic form is luminary planetary system. That is Swarga Loka, the chest of the Lord. His neck is Maharloka, Maharlokas. The mouth of the Lord is Janaloka, and the forehead of the Lord is called Tapaloka, and the topmost head of the planet, above the head, above the forehead, the top of the head is called Satyaloka, where Brahma lives. These are the 14 planetary systems defined within the body of the Virat Rupa. So this is how the Lord is situated in the Virat Rupa. That means we all are part of Virat Rupa, the body. So anything you see is part of Lord's body. That is why one who is a devotee of the Lord, for him there is no difference between hell, hellish, Swarga, Bhumi. There is no difference. They just, devotees want only always be engaged in devotional service. This you should remember. Sometimes some people criticize, oh, you are spiritualist, you are also selfish. What is your selfishness? You want to get liberated. Mukti. Mukti is your selfishness. That may be true for some spiritualists. But in Krishna consciousness, in devotional service, we don't want even mukti also. What we want is devotional service, opportunity to serve Krishna, not to forget Krishna. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, na kavitam jagathisha kamaye, mama janmani janmanishware, bhavatat bhakti rahaitu kitvayi. I only want your bhakti. This is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prayer. I don't want any glorification. I don't. When King Kulashekara Alvar says in Mukundamala Stotra, I'm not desiring for heaven, nor I am worried and scared to go to hell. I only want life after life, your devotional service. So such souls are called Jivan Mukta, liberated souls, like Narada Rishi, liberated souls, like Srila Prabhupada, the liberated souls. For them all, everywhere they see only Krishna. Somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, have you seen Krishna? Prabhupada said, every moment I see Krishna. Every moment I am seeing Krishna. Because everywhere Krishna's energy, I myself in the Virat Rupa, the body of the Lord. My existence is not there without the existence of the Lord. I'm existentially on the depending on the Lord. That's why I'm living. Okay. So his arms, now the further explanation. Okay, arms of the Virat Rupa are the demigods headed by Indra. The 10 directional sides are his ears. The Dashadik, Ashtadik plus up and down is called 10 direction. That is ears of the Lord. Physical sound is his sense of hearing. His nostrils are two Ashwini Kumaras. The material fragrance is his sense of smell. You are able to have some fragrance, experience some fragrance. That is the sense of smell of the Lord. His mouth is the blazing fire. If you see the fire, Agni, you should remember, oh, this is the mouth of the Lord. That is why when you do yajna, the homa, we offer to the Agni. Agni is the mouth of the Lord. When he says Swaha, Om Krishnaya Swaha, what is happening? Krishna is receiving through the mouth of Agni, through in the form of Agni. So this is a Vedic process. Then sphere of outer space constitutes eyeballs, eye pits, and eyeballs, the sun, the power of seeing. Power of seeing is coming from Lord's, because of the sun, that is Lord's eyeballs. His eyelids are both day and night, and in the movement of his eyebrows, Brahma and similar supreme personalities reside. His palate is the director of water, Varuna, and the juice or essence of everything in is his tongue. Very beautifully explained, different part of the Lord. They say that the Vedic hymns are cerebral passage of the Lord. His jaws of the teeth are Yama, god of death, who punishes the sinners. The art of affection in his set of teeth, and the most alluring illusory material energy is his smile, the Lord's smile. The great ocean of material creation is but the casting of his glance over us. His glance creates the material world. Just a glance of the Lord. Modesty is the upper portion of his lips. Hankering is his chin. His chin is hankering. Religion is the breast of the Lord. Irreligion is his back. Brahmaji, who generates all the living beings in the material world, is his genitals, Prajapatis. From the genital of the Lord, the Brahma comes. The Mitra Varunas are his two testicles. And the ocean is his waist. And hills and mountains are stacks of his bones. So when you see hills and mountains, you should remember that is Lord's, his ocean is his waist. When you see the ocean, you should remember the waist of the Lord. The hills and mountains are stacks of his bones. O king, the rivers are the veins of the gigantic body. The trees are the hairs of the body. When you see the tree here, tree you should remember is the hair of the body. The omnipotent air is his breath. What is that air? Vayu is Lord's breath. Passing ages are his movements. His activities are reactions of the three modes of material nature. O best among the Kurus, clouds which carry water are hairs of his head. Termination of the days or nights are his dress. He changes the dress. And the supreme cause of material creation in his intelligence. His mind is the moon. No, mind is the moon. You say always our mind is influenced by moon. In astrology, when the moon is moving, Chandra will affect our mind, mood disturbances. The result of all changes is the moon. The principle of matter, Mahat Tattva, is the consciousness of the omnipresent rod, as asserted by experts. And Rudra Deva is his ego. On the Shivaratri day, I have explained the Lord Shiva's position on this particular verse. The Rudra Deva is his ego. I have it given on class on the position of Lord Shiva in the universal creation. The horse, mule, camel, elephants are his nails. Wild animals and all quadrupeds are situated in the belt zone of the Lord. Then finally, varieties of birds are indications of masterful artistic sense. Manu, the father of mankind, is the emblem of his standard intelligence. And humanity is his residence. The celestial species of human beings, like Gandharvas, Vidyadharas, Charanas, angels, all represent his musical rhythm. And the demonic soldiers are representation of his wonderful prowess. The Virat Purusha's face is Brahmanas, his arms are Kshatriyas, his thighs are Vaishyas, his Shudras are under the protection of his feet. All the worshipable demigods are also overtaken by him. It is a duty of everyone to perform sacrifices with the visible goods to appease the Lord. So everybody should worship the Lord. Everybody should offer oblation to the Lord. Therefore, I have thus explained to you the gross material gigantic conception of the personality of Godhead. One who seriously desires liberation concentrates his mind on this form of the Lord, because there is nothing more than this in the material world. Wherever you go in the material world, you will not see anything more than what is explained now in the Bhagavatam in this particular class today. Nothing else exists. You see only these things in the material world. Everything is covered. So all that is in the part of the Lord's body. Then you have to think of the Lord always. That is why it said it is a lower level. It's for yogis, not for bhaktas. Bhaktas are meditating on the Lord's holy name and Lord's transcendental form directly, as a Krishna, as a Vishnu. This is for those who have not understood the form of the Lord, not able to having relate with the Lord. They can see all this gigantic material creation and always remember the Lord in this way. And we are coming to the last verse of today's discussion. With this, that today's chapter is ending. Then we are going to the next chapter in the coming class. So let us chant this verse. All of you, please unmute yourself. Sa sarva
Sarva
Vriti
Nivruti
Anubhuta Sarva
Anubhuta Sarva
Sasarvadhivrityanubhuta Sarva
Sarva Nivruti Anubhuta Sarva
Atmayatha
Atmayata
Swapna Janekshitaikaha
Swapnanjanekshitaikaha
Atmayata Swapna Janekshitaikaha
Atmayata Swapnanjanekshitaikaha
Tam Satyam
Tam Satyam
Anandanidhim
Anandanidhim
Bhajeta
bhajeta.
Bhajeta
Tam Satyamanandanidhim Bhajeta
Tam
Tam
Satyamanandanidhim
Samanandanidhim
Bhajeta
bhajeta.
Nanyatra
Nanyata
Nanyatra
Sajjetyata
Sajjeta
Atmapataha
atmapataha
Nanyatra Sajjetyata Atmapataha
नान्यत्र सज्जेत यथा पार्थः
तत्सर्वधीवृत्यनुभूत सर्वा
सर्वधीवृति अनुभूत सर्वा
आत्मयथा स्वप्नजनेक्षितैकः
आत्मयथा स्वप्नजनेक्षितैकः
तं सत्यमानन्दनिधिं भजेता
सत्यमानन्दनिधिं भजेता
नान्यत्र सज्जेद्यत आत्मपातः
नान्यत्र सज्जेत आत्मपातः
All of you please mute. I will explain. Shukadeva Goswami is finally concluding. One should concentrate his mind upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who alone distributes himself in so many manifestations, just as ordinary persons creates thousands of manifestations in dreams. Just like in the dreams, we think so many things happen in our dream. Ordinary person can do. So Lord, He is manifesting the whole thing. The entire material world is like a dream of the Lord. One must concentrate the mind on Him, only all blissful absolute truth. Otherwise, one will be misled, will cause his own degradation. If you don't think of the Lord, you will be degraded in this world. This is the final verdict of Shukadeva Goswami, and it is a bit long purport. Prabhupada quoting, Sarva Bhutani Kaunteya Prakritim Yanti Mamikam Kalpakshaye Punastani Kalpadau Visrijya Aham. In the 9th chapter, O son of Kunti, at the end of the millennium, every material manifestations enters to my nature. At the beginning of another millennium, by my potency, I again create. So this is how the Lord is manifesting in a universal form. So now in this chapter, today we have understood what is the position of the Supreme Personality of God. We can get awe and reverence for the Lord. He is not somebody who will be some ordinary person. That is why when this person, Virat Rupa, such a great personality who is the existence of our life, when he comes as a Leela Purushottama, as a Krishna, he goes and steals butter in somebody's house. It becomes a subject matter of discussion by the great sages. Great sages are not interested to discuss somebody else stealing butter. But this person, who is everything, he is going and stealing the butter. He is doing some activities. He is playing with somebody. That's what Brahma says finally. Aho Bhagyam, what a fortune for those living beings with Krishna in Vrindavan. What punya they have done to become Krishna's friends. Gopikas, what is their great fortune? They're playing with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the cause of our very existence. And he's associating personally with them. So we all are eligible to associate with Krishna like that. We are not out of that. That is actually our real position. We are not supposed to be struggling like this in the material world, thinking about our tomorrow's food and shelter every day. This is not our position. This is very awkward existence of human beings and souls. We should think actually my existence is there. A blissful Sachidananda existence with Krishna, playing with Him, enjoying with Him. That is what I am supposed to be doing 365 days, 24/7, eternally, permanently. That is my constitutional position. And Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada is offering us that life. Please understand, Krishna Prabhupada is giving us, ready to give us that life. Prabhupada said, if you follow whatever I told 100%, in this very life you will see Krishna face to face. Prabhupada is guaranteeing, I'll take you back to Godhead. You will see Krishna face to face in this very life if you follow what I say. What a confidence. Prabhupada has given to all of us. And what an elevation, what an understanding. How we all are fortunate to understand about this great knowledge. All others are in darkness. They think this life is just the beginning of the class we discussed. They make permanent arrangement in the temporary world. Think that is everything. That's what their life is. And whole life is wasted like this. And nobody remembers them. The next generation enjoys everything is done by that man, and that man has gone and born, taken birth somewhere else. So we should not waste our life like this. We should all put our effort. All of us should come to the day. All of us should one day reach chanting 16 rounds of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Following all the principles of Krishna consciousness. This way, we make advancement and get Krishna in our life. This Ashtanga Yoga has taught us a lesson that what one man should do who is going to die. So this is the lesson, and the next class we are going coming with another important lesson from the second canto, second chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam. We'll discuss more about Krishna's Virat Rupa and creation of this world. With this, I am concluding, and I have a small announcement. The announcement is coming Thursday. Today is Thursday. Next Thursday is Lord Narasimha's appearance day. So Lord Narasimha appears on this particular day, appeared on this particular day in Satya Yuga. So to celebrate this Lord Narasimha's appearance, this time we are performing a grand Narasimha Yajna in the Govardhana hills with the 3 big Homakundas and grand mantra chanting and offering to the Lord in this Govardhana hills to bring all auspiciousness to the whole world and seeking protection from Lord Narasimha. That's happening on coming Thursday. Those who are there nearby can plan to come and participate in this festival. Those who are at your homes, that day you should fast till dusk and worship the Lord. At the end of the day, you should take bath again and have the puja and offer food to the Lord, offer some prayers, then have prasadam. This way, you can worship Lord Narasimha at your home, and by chanting the mantra, Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum Jalantam Sarvato Mukam Narasimham Bhishanam Bhadram Mrutyum Namamyaham. This way, chant 108 times, then honor prasadam, worship Narasimha if you are unable to come for whatever reason to the temple. So with this I conclude. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Shri Krishna Balaram ki jai. Shri Nitai Gauranga ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.